feature, of course, the Atlantic Sire Stakes for 2-year-old pacing fillies. Behind the gate with our first of 12, No Ordinary Lady and Todd Trites. Remember Johnny and Claire McDonald. Cowboys Don't Lie and Sam Hodgen. Western Queen, Steve Downey. And from the outside, So Rosie and Gordy Hennessy. Field of 5, here they come. They're off and pacing. Western Queen busts out for the early lead. Then on the outside, So Rosie. Getting away on the inside, No Ordinary Lady around the turn. And some confusion there. So Rosie, a bad break. And also off stride goes No Ordinary Lady. Inquiry will light up. Hold all tickets, please. That leaves Western Queen Freeland on the lead here, and she's out by about 5. And closing in second, Remember Johnny. Then No Ordinary Lady back in third. So Rosie fourth, and Cowboys Don't Lie trails that opening quarter, 31-2, and loose on the lead is Western Queen. Closing the gap, though, is Remember Johnny, and the 3-year-old is closing in second. Then racing third, No Ordinary Lady. We do remind you the inquiry sign is up. Then fourth, So Rosie. And trailing fifth at the back of the pack, that's Cowboys Don't Lie. Not into it so far as they're halfway home, and Steve Downey sitting up on Western Queen over the half, 104 and a 2. 104 and 2, and it's Western Queen. Then racing second around the turn and on way to the 5/8. That is Remember Johnny. Western Queen and Downey urging her on, and she's pacing up here and now leading by 4, make it 5. Then Remember Johnny second. Third, No Ordinary Lady. Then So Rosie. Cowboys Don't Lie. It's all Western Queen, and Steve Downey has opened up about a 10-length lead here past the 3/4. In 135 and 2, 31 and 2 rating in that third quarter, and Western Queen has still opened up 10 on them with an 1/8 of a mile to go. All Western Queen. Western Queen, then Remember Johnny second, No Ordinary Lady, and then for fourth, So Rosie, but Western Queen and Steve Downey getting one of his easiest wins probably of his career, and Western Queen an easy winner here in the first. Time for the mile, 2:06 for the filly. 2:06 for 4 Western Queen here in the first. Remind you, inquiries up. Obvious reasons. Bringing back now the winner of race number 1, sponsored by Harness Racing, Prince Edward Island. Number 4, Western Queen, a 3-year-old daughter of Western Paradise, out of the Camtastic mare, Kona Queen, all at the Downey stables of St. John, trained and driven by Steve Downey. And Western Queen winning 2:05. 2:05 the mile for Western Queen, and 2 wins on the day for Steve Downey, winning in the opening card this afternoon with Rachel Down as she scored a maiden. And Western Queen not far off her best ever trip. And the mile in 2:05. Western Queen wins the Harness Racing PEI sponsored first race. And also the 1-horse Stagecoach Gambler taking some money in here at $470. Moving in behind the gate, field of 6, we have Stagecoach Gambler, Gilles Barriel. He's got the inside posts today. Elm Grove Island, Doug Pauley, Red Boots and Lonnie Stokes. Holiday Moon, Sam Hodgen. The Boss Daughter, Rick Armstrong, Diamond Hard, Todd Trites. 6 across. Here they come. Looks like a good start. Stagecoach Gambler out of there. And he quickly takes the lead. Then racing on the outside, Holiday Moon. But taking over second, Elm Grove Island, and Holiday Moon ducks in racing third. And rough is Elm Grove Island, and he's off stride and going into the safety lane. And everybody by safely. Holiday Moon is second. The Boss Daughter on the outside. Then racing Elm Grove Island. And going on by him is Diamond Hard. Then sitting now back in fifth is Red Boots. Elm Grove Island trails the field. That opening quarter, Stagecoach Gambler loose on the lead, 31-3 that opening quarter, and he's on top by 3.5. Holiday Moon. She's normally never this close early on, and she's in the pocket, racing second. Then racing third. And making a move, here comes the Boss Daughter out to challenge from third. Then right behind him comes Red Boots, Diamond Hard, and trailing the field after the break is the two, Elm Grove Island. They were halfway home, 103-2, Stagecoach Gambler. The Boss Daughter on the outside, hitting hard second. Then racing third on the inside, Holiday Moon. Outside driving up, that's Red Boots. Pacing on to fourth, then racing fifth, Diamond Hard. Elm Grove Island is far back and well in hand. It is Stagecoach Gambler, and he's moved out by about 7 clear lengths here. Past the 3/4, 1:30-4, and a big quarter there for Stagecoach Gambler, and he's moving away here, 29 and change in that third quarter, and he's out by about 12. Stagecoach Gambler, the battle for second right now is on. The Boss Daughter and Holiday Moon is holding for second though, but it's all Stagecoach Gambler. And he destroys this field. Stagecoach Gambler over Holiday Moon. And then for third, Red Boots. What an overpowering win for Stagecoach Gambler. Time for the mile, 2:03-2. And back to the winner's circle. Winner of race number 2, and in convincing fashion, Stagecoach Gambler, an 8-year-old son of Bruce My Boy. Out of the Fundamentalist mare, Petitionist, all by Donald Kerr. He does the training. Gilles Barrio up for the catch drive here on the pacer this afternoon, making no mistake, coast to coast and winning easily, 2:03-2. Stagecoach Gambler at about 2-1 or about even odds here in the first race at $4.70 on the win ticket. Stagecoach Gambler, your winner, 2:03-2, last quarter, 29-3. Stagecoach Gambler wins his first of the season from 9 starts. Lonnie Stokes, Ocean Pacific, and Sam Hodgen outside 7. Field of 7, race number 3. Here they come. They are off and pacing early speed from All-American Dazzle going out for the early lady. Likes it on the top. Then on the outside second, Tigress Colleen. Dillinger's Lady gets away racing in third. Then IXL as they go safely to the 8th pole. Then racing back in a 5th. That is Race on Nicholas. Followed up by the 2 trailers, Arcane Agent and Ocean Pacific. Trails and Barrio on top again here. And racing second is the Hagler, and he's following closely with the big strapping mare, Tigress Colleen. That opening quarter, 29-3, and they're a bit strung out by themselves here. Dillinger's Lady closes a gap now for Trites. Then racing back in 4th, IXL. Then Race on Nicholas makes a move to the outside. And the 2 trailers, Arcane Agent, Ocean Pacific through the stretch, racing to the half. All-American Dazzle on the lead. Then Tigress Colleen is racing second. Dillinger's Lady, IXL, Race on Nicholas on the outside. Then followed up by Ocean Pacific and trailing Arcane Agent. They were halfway home in 1:01, led by All-American Dazzle. Tigress Colleen racing second. Then racing third still, Dillinger's Lady, Race on Nicholas. On the outside, stalled 4th. Then Ocean Pacific looking to make a move, 5th to the outside. Then it's IXL and trailing, and out of this one is Arcane Agent by the 3/4, and it's All-American Dazzle trying to run away and hide on them here, and he's out by 4. Tigress Colleen, 3/4, 1:32-1. 31 and 1 speed in that third quarter. All-American Dazzle, will he have enough left today? All-American Dazzle, Tigress Colleen is closing with every stride, and All-American Dazzle again will get beat at the wire, and it's Tigress Colleen winning it. All-American Dazzle again comes up short in the lane, and for third, Dillinger's Lady. And the time for the mile, 2:03, and it's Tigress Colleen and Hagler timing it perfectly and getting up to catch the tiring All-American Dazzle. Number 3, number 5, Tigress Colleen, a 7-year-old run-the-table mare out of the Big Towner mare, Tarport Cat. Olme Brock McEachran, he does the training. Mark Haig in the driver's seat. And Tigress Colleen scores win 14 of her career and gets right up at the very last moment to catch All-American Dazzle in the home stretch, the mile in 2:03. Congratulations, the connections of Tigress Colleen, winning her 14th career victory and her second of the season and equaling her season's best. She won earlier this year in Fredericton, 2:03, and she wins over what I would call a dull track today in 2:03. Number 4, fourth race claiming Pacers. Getting set to go here, Dusty Lane Oscar, Mark Campbell, Fittipaldi, Sam Hodgen. UK Bluegrass, Chris Davies. Daya Harlaken, Todd Treitz. Lucky Northern Star, Gerald Legier. Bob's Birthday, Lonnie Stokes. And from the outside, 7, with Bob's Birthday on a break. 7 is Pictonian Best West, Gilberto, here they come. Also off stride, UK Bluegrass. And taking over now, that's Daya Harlaka on the inside, Dusty Lane Oscar. And these two are battling it out early, neck and neck for the lead. Dusty Lane Oscar and Mark Campbell sent off the front here. Daya Harlaka and Treitz on the outside, but Treitz goes to Plan B and take the 2-hole. And he sits behind Oscar now, racing in second. Then Lucky Northern Star third. Fittipaldi back in fourth. Pictonian Best West, UK Bluegrass, and Bob's Birthday. They both appear to be out of it. The opening quarter, 29 seconds flat. Up front, Dusty Lane Oscar, and he's on top a length and a quarter. Daya Harlaka's going to ride on his coattails, racing in second. Then back in third, Lucky Northern Star. Fittipaldi fourth. Then Pictonian Best West in fifth as they approach the half, and it's Dusty Lane Oscar right down the highway by the half in a minute. And a 4/5, Dusty Lane Oscar. Daya Harlaka's racing second. Then some confusion there. Lucky Northern Star. And interferes, it looks like, up the backside with Pictonian Best West trying to get around them and shake loose, and he does now. And he's third on the outside and rushing on. Up front action, though, as Dusty Lane Oscar, Daya Harlaka sitting perfect in the pocket trip. Then back in third, Pictonian Best West. Inquiry up by the 3/4 in 1:32 and 3. Here comes Daya Harlaka out to challenge with 1/8 of a mile to go, and these two battling head to head. Dusty Lane Oscar inside, Daya Harlaka outside. Pictonian Best West on the outside is full of pace as well. Down to the wire, it's Oscar. Dusty Lane Oscar wins it at the wire. Pictonian Best West gets the deuce then for third, Daya Harlaka. But again, the inquiry sign is up. Looking at action around the 3/8 pole. Lots of confusion going on there. And the inquiry sign is lit up brightly. Time the mile, 2:03. It's Dusty Lane Oscar. Winner of race 4, number 1, Dusty Lane Oscar. Dusty Lane Oscar, a 4-year-old son of Pans to Reason, out of the What a Monster mare, Dusty Lane Lynn. Owned by Sandra Deveran at St. Charles, New Brunswick, trained by Earl Fram. Young Mark Campbell in the driver's seat. Mark, one of the talented youngsters of the Maritime Racing Circuit. And Mark having a great year, 60-plus wins on the season for Mark. And he's got Dusty Lane Oscar in the winner's circle. And that gives him 10 career wins. Dusty Lane Oscar, 10 career victories. And the mile in a 2:03. And the starters for the fifth race. Behind the gate, it's post time. Cosmic Tross and Todd Treitz. Oh My Beautiful Doll and Gilberto. Kane Rise Again, Gerald Legier. ROF Racing High, Sam Hodgen. My Buddy Mark, Mark Campbell. Bat Boy and Mark Collette, Shady Martin, and Chris Davies. This race in memory of Brian Moore. Shady Martin has rolled off stride. Here they come. Off and pacing, Kane Rise Again. Quickly takes the lead off the wings, and she's got the lead. Kane Rise Again around the turn. Then My Buddy Mark on the outside, racing second with Mark Campbell aboard, and he's on the outside and taking back now to the two-hole. Then racing third, Cosmic Tross getting away fourth. That was Bat Boy. Then Oh My Beautiful Doll back in fifth. ROF Racing High, and Shady Martin still not on the pace, and he's a galloper after that break. And that opening quarter mile, your leader 29-3, 29-3 opener, and up top and cutting it out, Kane Rise Again off that wicked qualifying trip of 2:01-3 as they round the turn. Kane Rise Again. Movement now to the outside. Here comes Bat Boy, and he's up on the outside to challenge, now second. Then My Buddy Mark third. Cosmic Tross comes out to challenge from fourth. ROF Racing High. Oh My Beautiful Doll gets shuffled back. They were by the half in a minute and a 4/5 around the turn. Minute and 4/5 half. And your leader up top, up the backside is Kane Rise Again, looking to go all the way. Then Cosmic Tross on the outside. In between them, Bat Boy is still there. ROF Racing High. Then Oh My Beautiful Doll, My Buddy Mark, and still on the gallop, Shady Martin. They were by the three-quarters. In 1:32, Kane Rise Again. She's still on top, but just slightly now. On the outside, hitting hard second, Cosmic Tross with an eighth of a mile to go down the lane. Cosmic Tross has taken over. Cosmic Tross, Kane Rise Again. Here comes ROF Racing High on the outside, coming on. Kane Rise Again coming on again, and Kane Rise Again comes back on and wins it here down in the home stretch. And time for the mile, 2:03-1. Kane Rise Again. They had gotten by her, but she comes back on to win it here. Kane Rise Again. And back to the winner's circle, winner of race 5, number 3, Kane Rise Again. 4-year-old daughter of our Kane Hanover out of the Hunterstown mare, rose to the occasion. Owned by Shiloh Watson and Bill Smith. Trained by Andrew Ward, Gerald Legier in the driver's seat. And for Kane Rise Again, it's her first winning effort of the season. And the mile in 2:03-1. And this race in memory of Brian Moore, a well-known St. John firefighter. Also spent many years here at Exhibition Park Raceway, looking after his own horses on the hobby side, and was once the Maritime's leading driver. This race in honor of Brian Moore, and the winning cooler draped over Kane Rise Again. The winner in 2:03 and 1. Result. The heavy favorite at post time here is Sem Jack Legacy. Going off at 2:10 on the board as they move in. Here's the post positions, just a leader in Todd Trites. PH Princess, Claire McDonald. Sem Jack Legacy and Darren Crow. J.K. Neville, Fred Saunders. An Example Deal and Gord Hennessy. Slick Flow, Sam Hodgen. Brittany's Girl, Mark Campbell, the trailer. Island Quick Cash, Gilberto, and here they come. Slow start for Slick Flow, off and pacing, that's Darren Crow. And Sem Jack Legacy off the front end here early on and looking for the lead around the turn. She's got it, just a leader, gets away racing in second. That's Claire McDonald on a break now. And PH Princess taking into the safety lane. Up the backside, Sem Jack Legacy, then racing second, just a leader. Getting away third, An Example Deal. Then racing in fourth, J.K. Neville, sitting fifth on the inside. And that is Brittany's Girl, sitting fifth early on. Then it's Island Quick Cash and Claire McDonald back on the pace. And she's sitting in sixth now with PH Princess and trailing the field. At the back, that's Slick Flow, that opening quarter. And they were by that opening quarter 30-4 as they approach the half-mile station. Sem Jack Legacy on the front, just a leader second. Up on the outside, there goes An Example Deal out to challenge Island Quick Cash, has that cover. Then on the inside, J.K. Neville is boxed in around the turn. A little bit more confusion there. And then we go back to Mark Campbell, and he's out and driving with Brittany's Girl. Then the two trailers now at the back of the pack, PH Princess, and still seeing them all is Slick Flow, and Darren Crow has opened up a big lead here with Sem Jack Legacy moving away. Then now second, An Example Deal. Island Quick Cash now racing third. They were by the 3/4 1, 33 and 2. And your leader still by about 10, 11 lengths. It's all Darren Crow and Sem Jack Legacy all by herself off the turn for home. And she's out by about 10 or 12 lengths down the home stretch. Then Island Quick Cash. And for third, Brittany's Girl. And after that break around the 7/8 pole, An Example Deal winds up fourth. Time for the mile. 2:04 and 1, and a runaway winner, Sem Jack Legacy. And the inquiry sign is up. Hold all tickets, please. Head back to the winner circle. The winner of race number 6, B Division Atlantic Sire Stakes. Number 3, Sem Jack Legacy, a 2-year-old daughter of Western Paradise, out of the race in Hanover mare, Island Zazzle, owned by Murray Wayne Smith of Brookfield, Nova Scotia, along with Iola Crow, Central Onslow, Nova Scotia, bred by Darren, and Cameron McEachran of Truro, also Murray Wayne Smith in on the breeding of this filly. Darren Crow, one of the top conditioners and drivers in the Maritimes, brings back Sem Jack Legacy here in our B Division of the Atlantic Sire Stakes, 2-year-old filly pacers, and the mile 2:04 and 1. Congratulations to the Connections, the daughter of Western Paradise, and the owners in honor breeding. So special moment for them, and she wins another B Division, the mile 2:04 and 1 for Sem Jack Legacy. And the gate is in motion now. We have Fernhill Treasure, Todd Trites, Rita Sealster, Lonnie Stokes, Festus Canby, and Mark Haig. Putnam's Bride, Todd Scott. Then Freestone Lexi, Chris Davies. Longworth Legacy, Gilles Barrio, Falcons Quick, and Mark Campbell. Field of 7, here they come. They're off and pacing, and Fernhill Treasure on the inside using the rail to her full advantage. And she has the lead around the turn. It's Fernhill Treasure, then racing second is Rita Sealster as they pass the eighth, and Fastest Can Be is third. Getting away fourth on the outside now, and Park Freestone Lexi. Then on the inside, right there as well. And right along the cones is Putnam's Pride. Then on the outside, Longworth Legacy is going to follow Freestone Lexi. And trailing the field, Falcon's Quick, and he may move third over as they go past that opening quarter, 30-3. And we got 4 in and 3 out as they drive to the 3/8 pole, and led by Fernhill Treasure. And she's off this front end effort. Trites on top, then on the outside. And moving first up, Freestone Lexi. And she hasn't had a spot yet to get in, and she's on the outside, then inside. Holding there is Rita Sealster. Then Longworth Legacy has been parked all the way. Fastest Can Be boxed in. Then Falcon's Quick, and also getting shuffled back, Putnam's Pride. They were halfway home in 102-4. Fernhill Treasure, the 1-2 beat. Then Freestone Lexi, Rita Sealster. They battle side by side, as does Longworth Legacy and Putnam's Pride as they drive on to the 3/4. Fastest Can Be is there. Then Falcon's Quick tipping out 3 wide from the rear of the pack as they drive past the 3/4 and to the 7/8. 134-2. Fernhill Treasure, the clear one to beat, and he's got a length and a half lead. Fernhill Treasure is out now by 2. Rockin' Todd going to work on her. Then Rita Sealster at a perfect pocket trip, but they ain't gonna catch Fernhill Treasure, and she wins easily in this class. In for second was Rita Sealster. Freestone Lexi raced well. She was parked all the way and still gets third. And the time for mile 3-3. And back to the winner's circle. Winner of race number 7, number 1, Fernhill Treasure. Fernhill Treasure, daughter of Western Paradise, out of the quick comeback mare, Davida. Gary Wright, he does the training. Todd Trites in the driver's seat. And these two are a great combination. And they've won their last 2 starts together. And Fernhill Treasure, gate to wire trip. And the mile 2:03-3 as she wins handily in this claiming event, Fernhill Treasure. Behind the gate now, the stutters for the 8th race, Golden Days scratched. We have Consider Me Lucky, Mark Haig. Ed, and Eddie now post 2 for Gilberto. Tisha's Pit Pony. And Todd Trites from 3. Post 4 goes to Jig Time Silencer and Darren Crow. Then Airborne Bomber. Brian McPhee takes over post 5. And Melody's Boy has the outside. A little closer, though. He's post 6. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Jig Time Silencer has some quick speed, and he's going to use that to his advantage early on here and take the lead for Darren Crow. And he's moved out already by about 4. Then Consider Me Lucky is racing second. Back in third, Ed, and Eddie getting away fourth. Tisha's Pit Pony. Then it's back to Airborne Bomber and trailing the field, Melody's Boy on way to the opening quarter, and Silencer has opened up a 3.5 length lead. Consider Me Lucky is racing second. Then gapped out another 3.5 back to Ed, and Eddie by that opening quarter, 29-3. Tisha's Pit Pony sits in a 4th. Then closing the gap, 5th is Airborne Bomber. Melody's Boy still trails the field. 3/8 of the mile in, Jig Time Silencer. Looking to go all the way here. He's on top. And the heavy post time favorite, Consider Me Lucky, is racing second. Then racing third, Ed, and Eddie. Airborne Bomber outside 4th. Tisha's Pit Pony and Melody's Boy will try it from the backfield. They were by the half in 1 minute and 1/5. Jig Time Silencer. Then racing second, Consider Me Lucky. Third on the inside, Ed, and Eddie, then Airborne Bomber. Outside, Airborne from fourth. Then racing fifth, Tisha's Pit Pony. And trailing Melody's Boy, it's all Jig Time Silencer. And he's walking away with this one. 3/4, 1:30-1 around the turn. Jig Time Silencer. Some hot fractions in here. Then racing second, Ed, and Eddie. Or Consider Me Lucky. Ed, and Eddie looks for racing room. Right there, third. 1/8 of a mile to go. Jig Time Silencer. Consider Me Lucky still there for second. Ed, and Eddie looks for racing room. And he's going to get through, maybe for the deuce. And does. Gets up for second. Ahead of Consider Me Lucky, but no doubt on the winner. It's all Jig Time Silencer. Time for the mile, 2:01-2. 2:01-2, a nice trip. And back to the winner's circle, the winner of race 8, number 5, Jig Time Silencer. 7-year-old Son of Largo out of the Nightly Blue Chip mare, class in Jig Time. All by Blaine and Donna Hannay. Trained by Chris Davies, Darren Crow catch driving. This afternoon, the mile in 2:01-2. 2:01-2, the victory for Jig Time Silencer. And that's his quickest win in 2 years. And we thank very much the sponsors, Ken Val Co-op, Country Store, the sponsors of the 8th race. Winner, Jig Time Silencer. Fastest trip in 2 years. Ari's Mary and Earl Smith. Camco Wynette, Darren Crow. Tobin's Country and Brian McPhee. L of an Example, Claire McDonald. Woodmere Sandrop, Mark Campbell. PH Quick Chick and Todd Trites. Southview Spirit, Jill Barrio. Come Home Star and Lonnie Stokes. 8 fillies across the gate here. We'll see how they get away. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Quick Start, Ari's Mary, PH Quick Chick. On the outside, firing out of there, quickest of all. And that was Lonnie Stokes, big time, leaving from the 8-hole, but makes a break. So taking the lead over Ari's Mary. PH Quick Chick, then racing in a third, Camco Wynette along the cones, but Crow's going on with her early here and making a quick move, driving up from third, now second. Camco Wynette, just like that, has taken over the lead. Camco Wynette, then Ari's Mary, now second. PH Quick Chick is a racing third, then racing fourth, Tobin's Country. Southview Spirit on the outside, driving up fourth and going on. She's quickly rushing on. Then it's back to Woodmere Sandrop, and they were by that opening quarter. 31-1 as they approach the half-mile station. What a move by Southview Spirit. Just like that, she's taken the lead. On the outside, that's Woodmere Sandrop. She's on the outside quickly. Then Camco Wynette, the early leader now, is taken in third. Then racing fourth, PH Quick Chick. R.E.'s Mary on the inside. Then L of an Example on the outside, going on from sixth. Then racing seventh, Tobin's Country, and trailing the field after that break, Come Home Star. Onto the 3/4, it's Southview Spirit under some Barrio urging. Then on the outside, PH Quick Chick. They were by the third quarter in 1:32-4, rounding the turn. Southview Spirit, PH Quick Chick on the outside, racing second. Then on the outside, L of an Example is making a late rush. They're in deep stretch. Southview Spirit looking to keep her undefeated streak alive, and she's going to do it here under wraps. An easy winner. In for second, PH Quick Chick, L of an Example. Then for fourth, we had Woodmere Sandrop, and Tobin's Country gets the final check, fifth. Time for the mile. 2:02-1. 2:02-1 for Southview Spirit. And back to the winner's circle, winner of race number 9. and now undefeated in 3 career starts. 7 Southview Spirit, a 2-year-old daughter of Western Paradise out of the Matt Scooter mare, Southview Sasha. Owned, bred by Elwood Lawton, trained and driven by Gilles Barrio. Southview Spirit, as mentioned, 3 starts, 3 wins, and today her biggest payday, taking half of the purse, $13,440. So her earnings jump up to over or close to $13,000 with the win in just 3 starts. Southview Spirit takes our first A division. Sorcier's got the inside post, Claire McDonald. Then Real Bond, or Magnetic Banca from post 2, and Gilles Barrio. Then Real Bond from post 3, Todd Trites. OB Viking 4, and Darren Crow. Sam Space takes over 5, Dennis Baxter. And Amon Shannon gets the 6, and Paul Bro. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Real Bond, Magnetic Banca going with them as they race around the first turn. Magnetic Banca, Real Bond on the outside. Then racing third is Amon Shannon. A battle brewing up front here. And racing back in a fourth, La Sorcière. Then racing back, OB Viking, and trailing the field, Sam Space. And Barrio wants to play some hardball here with Trites. And he's keeping Real Bond on the outside. So Trites has no other way but to go in behind the leader now. In that opening quarter, 28 seconds. Magnetic Banca puts it to Real Bond early on here. Then racing back in third, gapped out Amon Shannon. Then racing fourth, La Sorcière, as they're still going a quick tempo. Then we go back to OB Viking, who's on the move, and trailing Sam Space, the favorite, as Magnetic Banca took them halfway home in 58-3. That's a 30-3 second quarter. And your leader up top, Magnetic Banca, Real Bond, may get caught in here on the outside. OB Viking driving to the outside, now third. Then inside, Amon Shannon, no room for him. Sam Space on the outside driving, and look at him go. He's tipping out 3 wide, going on from 5th, now 4th, now 3rd, and he's going after the leader, Magnetic Banca. Sam Space on the outside, and they are racing neck and neck, and again Magnetic Banca on the inside has put away the first challenge, and they were by the 3/4, 129, and it's Magnetic Banca. Real Bond tries to stick hold in between, and Sam Space on the outside. They're in deep stretch, and it's Sam Space now taking over Magnetic Banca, and the inquiry will be up in the lane, it appears. Real Bond off stride. Amon Shannon had some late pace, and there's your inquiry on the board. Time for the mile, 1:58-3 for Sam Space. And again, looking at that stretch, and right now is to bring back the winner of this race, and it's number 5, Sam Space, a 4-year-old son of Space Shuttle out of the Precious Bunny mare. Lots of bunny. All by Dennis Baxter and Art Turple, trained by Dennis Baxter. And Dennis does the driving. And this pacer, 4 wins from 14 starts this season. And with the win, that'll put him over 17,000 on the year. And a nice looking horse, Sam Space, winning in 1:58-3. Again, the track's been dull all night again. And Sam Space just goes to show you what kind of mile this really was, as Sam Space steps in 1:58-3, the only sub-2-minute mile on the program. And they've done it only twice all day. 2-minute trips today. And that just goes to show you how dull this track is. And Sam Space, 1:58-3, second fastest mile of the day, which of course belongs to My Fine Lady on the afternoon card. But again, and the starters for the 11th race. Lennox Hire Stakes, 2-year-old pacing fillies, over 13,000. Woodmere Humdinger and Jill Barrio. Shadow Dancer and Darren Crow. Larshey Goes, Claire McDonald. Run Them Down and Earl Smith. Miller Road, Todd Trites, Darko and Gord Hennessy. Oh, You Hussy and Mark Campbell. Ocean View Kitty and Brian McPhee. Here they come. Off and pacing and Run Them Down out for a quick start. Woodmere Humdinger on the outside going with her around the first turn. Woodmere Humdinger not for long. Run Them Down on the outside. Takes the lead over. Then Woodmere Humdinger second. Settling in third as they make their way around the turn. That was Darko. But now on the outside and driving up from third. That is Ocean View Kitty, and she's going on now third and getting in the hole and out from second. There goes Woodmere Humdinger and the give and go, and Barrio takes back over after an opening quarter drive, 29-2. It's Woodmere Humdinger. Then Run Them Down sits in the pocket, racing second. Ocean View Kitty sits back in third. Then racing fourth is Darko. Then on the outside, moving fifth, here comes Mark Campbell with Oh You Hussy on the move. Then on the inside is Darko. Then Claire McDonald gets in gear now with Larshey Goes and Shadow Dancer, and trailing the field, Miller Road. They were by the opening half in 1 minute flat. Woodmere Humdinger the leader. Then on the outside, racing second strong is Ocean View Kitty. Then racing third on the inside, Run Them Down. Larshey Goes getting in gear. Watch her to tip 3 wide and driving up now third. That's Mark Campbell and Oh You Hussy. And now taking over the lead, Ocean View Kitty. And Brian McPhee takes over by the 3/4 in 1:30-2, and a horse down. Drivers also down. Hold all tickets, please. As they come off the turn for home, and Ocean View Kitty had taken over in a bad spill up in the top turn. And watch it, gentlemen. A loose horse coming behind you, gentlemen. Loose horse coming behind you. And unofficially 8-6-1. And again, a loose horse. And we'll have the ambulance up off the top turn, please. And a couple loose horses. And back to the winner's circle, winner of race 11. Number 8, Ocean View Kitty. 2-year-old filly from the first crop of An Example out of the Jeremy's Gambit mare, Gambunctious. All by Claude Poirier. Trained by Claude Poirier. She was bred by Elwood Lawton, Brian McPhee in the bike. And the mile, 2:01 and 2. 2:01 and 2. And this filly turned some heads back on July 16th as she turned the trick, and get this, 57-1 in only her second lifetime start. And she's back to the races after a brief setback and back in the winner's circle, and a nice mile, 2:01 and 2. Ocean View Kitty takes the 11th. And the starters for the 12th race. In behind the gate, approaching the top of the stretch, Jags Raisin as the inside. Mark Haig, Southview Sally, and Brian McPhee. LMXKR, Gord Hennessy, PH Mike, and Jill Barrio. Dance Hanover, Todd Trites. Dr. Decimeter, and Lonnie Stokes, and Woodmere Quick Peak, Mark Campbell. Off stride is Jags Raisin. Here they come. Off and pacing, good start for PH Mike getting out of there. Then LMXKR in between horses. And right on the inside, Brian McPhee is firing out with Southview Sally around the first turn. As they race on past the 8th, and Southview Sally has the lead. LMXKR takes in behind the leader. Now racing second, the big strapping Dance Hanover gets in now, racing in third. Then racing back in a fourth, that's PH Mike on the outside. Here comes Mark Campbell in gear with Woodmere Quick Peak, and he's getting some cover now. As out from fourth to move comes PH Mike and that opening quarter. In 29 and 3, and up front, your leader is Southview Sally, one of the top 3-year-olds from last year. And she's back as a 4-year-old and cutting it, but not for long. PH Mike has come up to take the lead. PH Mike, then Southview Sally second, then racing third on the outside, Woodmere Quick Peak, LMXKR, and they were by the half in a minute flat. Then on the outside, Dance Hanover from fifth. Then racing sixth, Dr. Decimeter and Jags Racing trails. PH Mike opens up a 2.5 length lead. Then Southview Sally racing second. Then racing third on the outside, Dance Hanover in hot pursuit on the outside. And he's driving on to second now. And Southview Sally third. LMXKR looks for racing room. 3/4 won, 29 and 4 as they drive to the final 8th. PH Mike, Dance Hanover on the outside coming to engage the leader. With an 1/8 of a mile to go, it's PH Mike. Dance Hanover on the outside has taken over now. Dance Hanover, PH Mike, and it's going to be Dance Hanover, PH Mike. And how about a quick closing? LMXKR, who shook loose in the lane and was right there as well. Time for the mile, 1:59 and 3. Trip of 59 and 3 here in the 12th. And back to the winner's circle, the winner of race 12. Number 5, Dance Hanover, a 5-year-old son of Estrellos. Out of the top-notcher mare, Drop Your Riggin', owned by the Ultimate Stable of Dieppe. Trained by Sifwa Melanson, Todd Treitz in the seat. And for Dance Hanover, that's his 3rd win of the season. And he has had a great year, racing some of the free-for-all events here in Atlantic Canada. And he wins the overnight event here tonight. The mile, 1:59 and 3, a super trip over the track. So Rockin' Todd captures the 12th and final with Dance Hanover, 59 and 3.